You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, just doing what the fuck we can to. You ain't gotta be like everybody else. Fuck them. Do your own thing. And bring it back. Like, find a way to contribute to the main thing with your thing. Use your thing to contribute to the big thing. But it gotta be your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing. You know. Man, shit's so satisfying beyond just how other people feel, man. Just like, telling jokes and if I laugh, nigga, then who the fuck care if you laugh? Cause I'm hard to make laugh. You know what I'm saying? So if I laugh, that shit is funny. If you don't get it, nigga, that's your fucking problem. But niggas be explaining their shit though, which I guess is important. People don't just automatically get it. You gotta kind of break it down a little bit, I guess. My shit don't be that deep. It's just jokes. It ain't supposed to be profound, necessarily. Like that nigga Shannon Sharp, man. That nigga was crying and shit. How you gonna cry in front of the man that fired your motherfucking ass? Hold on. So, not just cry in front of this man. Wake up in the morning, put a suit on, and drive to work or get your chauffeur, whatever the fuck, and take your happy ass to work, knowing you gonna see this man and have to talk to this man, and still cry in front of this motherfucker. It ain't like spur of the moment. He hurt your feelings. You prepared for this goddamn conversation. You cried with tissues and shit, Kleenexes and all that shit. No more niggas crying on TV.
What you talking about, bro?
It's a joke, but it's real. Jokes, nigga. Like jokes. Like, so important. Like, don't nobody joke like niggas joke. We are the best.
Time to finish what I started. It's a beautiful feeling to know I put my heart in. I'm all in. Picking up the broken pieces. I done had my share of lessons and no life a teacher. This beat be talking to my soul like it was a preacher. This for them late nights on the road, so turn up your speaker flow, call, turn up the heater. Bet on me, go all in. If I try and I fail, I'ma try it again. I won't stop until I win. Time to finish what I started. It's a beautiful feeling to know I put my heart in. I'm all in. Everything I wanna know, I'm really about to have it to it.
Watching monkeys being abused? This is a new one for me. You heard of this?
Shit.
According to a statement from the U.S. Attorney's
Everything
Office,
is a go.
David Noble, 48, was arrested on June 13th, charged 2 days later with having knowingly conspired with others
back
to view, encourage, and fund animal
on
crush
Muddy Water
videos as part of an online group using
TV.
encrypted
Y'all
chat
check it out
application.
on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe.
You don't like this story.
On IG
Is this bothering you?
at Muddy Water
I'm
TV,
sorry.
IGTV.
The people need to know.
You know,
As a group administrating Noble
get this information,
have been celebrated videos depicting
you know, in these
children,
conversations
sexually sadistic mutilation
that we
of adult juvenile
have betwixt each other. You know, it's a lot of questions out there. People question things that's going on. So
Austin Glendale teacher.
we indulge into the conversations, and today our conversation is we reiterating, revisiting a topic that we had talked about probably
When we first started,
back in 2020, probably about 3 years ago. So we're gonna revisit this topic and see where
it's
it
been
goes.
over 3 years, nigga. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we're gonna revisit the topic of the 5G.
Yeah, burning that motherfucker down.
And what's going on with 5G?
Yeah, they don't really talk about it no more, right?
Nah, you don't hear too much about it besides. Woo, 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 woo.
Do you eat like
Fast.
You remember when you was? Did you ever like when when PlayStation and all that shit came, and you try to play like Nintendo and shit, and that shit just be a joke?
Yeah, it's not the same.
Shit be all slow and blocky and shit.
Nah, it ain't the same.
You remember when cell phones first came out? When couldn't do shit on the motherfuckers. Just call and text, nigga.
That's it. They wasn't smartphones then.
Yeah, smart. Yeah, smart. That whole smart term. Yeah, smartphone. It was cell phones back then before the whole iPhone. iPhone was the first smartphone, right? Or maybe the BlackBerry.
BlackBerry. BlackBerry was the first.
Right. To use what we got now and look back at that shit, it's like, wow, we done came a long way, nigga. And, you know, imagine having to go back.
Going back, I don't see that.
Like it's either go away or nothing.
Right.
It can't go back.
Nah, it can't go back. It can only go away.
Yeah, it can't go back. Like the technology is here. So not only technology is here, expectations are here. So yeah, it can only start from scratch. So what that even look like? You know, niggas be talking that, you know, fucking John Henry. What was that nigga name? John Henry? Banging against the machine. Right? Was that nigga name? It's not that niggas wanna. I think Nas said that shit. Yeah, Nas said that shit. Niggas ain't necessarily, you know. Yeah, John Henry. Yeah, nigga who competing against motherfucking computers and shit or robots. In that case, it was like a steam powered whatever. You know, yeah, niggas ain't got no problem with the technology part, nigga. It's not the technology, it's what the fuck is more important? You know what I'm saying? What's more important? Us being around or having nice, fast fucking technology?
I mean, us being around would be my question. I mean, would be my answer.
So, gotta be a line to draw. Them niggas ain't trying to see no lines and shit, nigga.
Nah, they just going for it.
Alright, so, you know.
Cause they working on 6G now, right?
Man, that shit is here. So, you got Ireland and shit. Ireland, like, those places with, it's like, you know, like niggas the only ones who seem to have an issue with the shit that be going on in the world.
Who?
Us. Our kids gonna adopt the shit because ain't nobody telling them they shouldn't or shouldn't have an issue with it. They watch what we do, so if we got all, you know, all that shit, they feel like, okay, well, it's part of life, nigga.
Why do you think there's an issue? Because if you don't feel the effects, then why would you think there's an issue?
The issue, right? So it's so multifaceted, right? It's like we got the apparent issues with just our behavior and shit. You know, the direct, you know, like they say social media, but what the fuck ever? You know, social media is just an extension of the whole thing. Internet, that thing. So, interactivity and shit, you know, go back to the whole John Henry thing. Niggas ain't beefing about technology itself, it's who driving it. You know, like, are these conversations being
Who's driving it or what's driving it?
We at the point where it's demand for it. We gotta have it from the people. You know, so it ain't like they pushing it on niggas because we at the point where we feel like we need it. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
To do what we need to do in life, period. So, you know, what's driving it?
Yeah, what's driving
That's
it?
what's driving it. People. At this point. But who's driving it? It ain't the people. You know what I'm saying? So,
I think we got misunderstanding.
what?
When I said what's driving it, I wasn't talking about on that level. I was talking about what's the actual creation of it. What's driving it? I mean, I guess we're on the same. I hope we're on the same page. I mean, as far as like the waves and shit. Is that where you getting it?
It's deep, man. It's like, you know, so, you know,
The microwave shit.
yeah, it's these technologies that they present as new, but they ain't. How were they used before? You know, who benefits from how it's being used now, and who loses? Who, you know, like. The way Instagram is, you know, immersive and shit, like you get in it and you just be nonsense. Not necessarily all nonsense, but the whole way it works is to just suck you in. You know what I'm saying? So that's the design of it. Why? Why does it want to do that? It's like if you Instagram, that's the fucking point. Yo, you want to suck motherfuckers in. Yo,
So it's the you talking on an attention level or a
energy, all that shit.
yeah, or you talking on a health level?
Yeah, it's all mental health, psychology and shit. How it's affecting your brain and how you operate. It's like a drug. Yo. Then you got the whole end game. The end game is data. So it's like a perfect thing. It's free. You can do whatever you want with it. And the whole time they giving it to you free because they trying to get something from you. Like people don't know or care about that side of it because they feel like they benefiting from it. That's how deep it is. Like it's like taxes. As long as you paying them, they don't give a fuck what you say about them. You know what I'm saying? As long as you contributing to the thing willingly, they do what they want at that point. Like we give up, you know, user agreements and shit.
Right.
Like they say TikTok, you know, you sign those agreements, you agree with all those conditions and shit, you pretty much giving up rights to everything that you own. Yeah, so yeah, everything that they see they own. So if your phone is on and you talking and they listening, all this data, quote unquote, is theirs. They do what they want. To the point where the controls are theirs. So it's like, I know your shit is set at such and such, but I own the controls, so if I decide to go change your settings, then it's within my rights. If you got your notifications off and I decide like, nah, you probably need them on, and I change the setting through the phone, I have every right to do it.
Without
There's
your
really nothing
consent.
you can do. You have I have your consent.
Oh yeah.
That's the point.
You did say the damn consent form.
The user agreements, nigga. Click yes. That's it. How convenient is that? So, and that applied to the whole shit, like, the whole pandemic and shit. And, people were saying what they were saying during the whole shit. What's really going on, blah, blah, blah. And they installing all this shit. You know what I'm saying? As we wondering what's going on, that's what they doing. That's what they had, like, Trump and them niggas, they passed, bills and shit. What they call it? The warp speed shit. So that's, you got such time to get all these fucking towers and all these apparatuses up. Oh man, what the fuck we talking about?
5G. So what do you see the problem lying in all this? And what is the data being used for? What is the purpose of data harvesting? Is it to help the masses, or is it something that just helps a certain group?
Damn. It's like,
what's the concern? My concern would be the microwave shit. Like, you putting niggas in a microwave, inside of a microwave with all these towers and these waves, just woo, 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 frequencies, synthetic frequencies. That's where my concern about it would be.
at what point we gonna know?
That's what I'm saying. If you don't feel the effects, then it's like, keep it going, right? If you don't feel the effects,
Even if, like, how would we know if shit was popping off? Will we see it? How much of it?
more
How much does it
headaches, heart conditions, all these conditions starting to just rise.
Yeah, but once that happens, you ain't got time to pay attention to what's happening with everybody else. You gotta figure this whole thing out with me. Like, at that point, you are powerless to us. Like, if shit was going on now in the world, how will we know? Do we expect to know? Do we expect to have information given to us? Or do we expect to be informed of what's going on?
I would hope so, but
Cause it's like niggas watch alternative news sources and shit, and it's a whole nother story coming from certain places
right,
that you don't hear in the mainstream. You don't see on Facebook
right,
or whatever the fuck.
right.
And that's where the censorship coming at. Like, I don't see those fact-checking situations too much no more. Every once in a while, but for the most part, there was a time when everything had that COVID shit on it. Questionable. You know, you sure you want to look at this? That whole shit. You don't see it too much no more as it relates to COVID. Like they done got to the point where it's such a perfect game.
We're just moving on.
It's not just moving on, cause if you one of those who question it, you see it the whole way, but they got it devised. They got it. Man, y'all gonna have to chill the fuck out. To where if you're not one of those people, you don't see it. If you are, you see it, but it's swept under the rug. Nigga, like you try to put a comment up on Instagram and shit, and it's questionable to whatever they little thing is. They just gonna pop it up like I don't think you can say this because the words that you use, blah blah blah. And it's like you try to reword it, and it's like, yeah, I don't know if you want to use these. This you don't want to put this out because these words that you're using, blah blah blah. And but by the time it's like, man, fuck it, you just move on to the next thing.
Yeah. Yeah. The more
so I ain't like, yeah. It's intended to be demoralizing. Same thing with when you call and shit. Like these little things that they do are intended for you to just be like, fuck it.
But are those not clear signs? That might be the signs right there. Like how you, if I got freedom of speech, then how you trying to keep me from?
If you one of them niggas
speaking
who
upon it,
trying to speak on some shit, and you always getting shot down, how you gonna express that to somebody who ain't and don't get shot down? Like I see niggas on Instagram saying, man, they shadow banning the fuck out of me. I know what it mean. Most people don't, so they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? The only way for somebody to know that somebody is shadow banned is for that nigga to say, I'm shadow banned. I can tell my numbers, da 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 da. But if I follow that nigga and he don't tell me, I don't know. I just figure, oh, this nigga on vacation, whatever. He don't be posting, whatever. There's no way for me to know unless he says it. And
right.
They know that. That's the point. So most of the people that's, you know, that got something to say are being shut down in all these different ways.
Because of 5G or?
It's the whole thing. It's like, there ain't too many niggas still on YouTube who are really, you know what I'm saying some shit. They all have to leave and do something somewhere else because it's all part of it. Like, make it harder for you to access the information. The beauty of it is free information. You know, you can access the information, but one of the few things they can do is make it harder for you to find it. You know what I'm saying? That's why the shadow bans and the whole search engine shit, like, they choose what comes up when you search something. So, you know, you might not get an unbiased, you know, until like page 6. Everything else is just shit that's paid. You know what I'm saying?
And 5G is the cause of this?
Well, I mean, it's the whole thing, man. It's like, they expected people to get sick and die a lot. Because every time they bring about new technology, people die, people get sick. You know, it's expected, but they don't present it like that. Like, how would you present that? So when people do get sick, it's like, I don't know what happened to you. Even though they know that whatever they did, we expect people to get sick because we introducing some new shit. It's like how do you come up with some new shit without being honest about what the effects gonna be, and you know. How it relates to.
You're not gonna be honest about it. Why would you be honest about it?
And all of these infrastructures is building up around like the blue lights and shit, the purple lights. You know, they do it knowing most people ain't gonna look into it. So when you do look into it and see what it's more than likely about, because you can't confirm it because it's organizations that's doing it. Their excuse be, you know, we ran out of such and such, so we doing these. And then before you know it, it's everything is those. However the fuck it go.
Maybe that's the point of realizing it. When you start walking down the street and seeing niggas glowing.
I don't know if this nigga's glowing. It might just be on the screen.
What you mean? Oh, okay, on the screen. Kind of like
a radar, like a GPS.
Kind of like yeah. Like you were saying about the 007 shit.
What?
When you see you know, on 007 you got the little map and you see the people moving. Or on X-Men when damn Xavier can go inside that thing and see who's mutant and who's human. He can actually tell who's different, this and that.
However they go about differentiating, yeah, he can do it.
Tracking.
Yeah, shit like that.
Damn.
I mean, it ain't fucking science fiction shit. Like, I be seeing the blue lights and shit all the time. So, when you look into it and hear the theories of what it is, because you're not gonna hear what the company intend or what they intend to do with it. You make an observation, and you gotta do it, you know. And when you do approach them with it, they just say some other shit. Oh, nah, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? The whole 5G thing, it ain't, you know, indirectly it's about just the radiation and shit, the frequencies and shit. But, you know, the other parts is what else come with it.
That shit fucking crazy.
Like, if they talking about digital currency, how does that fit in with that whole thing? Like, niggas cool just not having cash and shit? Like, cash ain't option. I know Cash App is cool and convenient, but the only option, nigga? So...
Now, you got other options. You got Venmo and all that shit, PayPal.
Right. Yeah, all on a computer.
But that's kind of like the same thing, right?
What?
Venmo and all that shit. It's kind of another...
So, same shit.
It's Cash App.
If you taking cash away as an option, then what the fuck? Like, what? Like, how people cool with that? That never even been a thing. Like, you know, before there was currency, there was, this is what I got. You know what I'm saying? I just popped up out of fucking nowhere. You don't know who I am. None of these people know who I am. I need such and such. This is what I got. Currency. Gold. Whatever the fuck. Silver. It's mine. There's nobody can control what I have physically on me. Like, how fucking boring is it gonna be? How fucked up is it gonna... Like, you seen this shit on Black Mirror. With dude, they riding the bike for their points and shit. So just
I see it, man, but I still don't understand that concept. Like, I'm for real. I still don't understand that concept of what that means. I mean, maybe that's just a example. Maybe it'd probably be different in actuality, but I guess it was just an example on the movie.
What about like the whole slot machine data mining? It's about the transactions. The more transactions, like this is a slot machine, so it ain't got no real meaning to the, anything beyond it's programmed to, certain times it might jackpot, whatever. But just the number combinations and shit. But somehow that whole process, the transactions, is feeding into the pool, the data pool. Scenarios. It's all about scenarios and shit. The more scenarios, the more accurate the computer shit is. You know what I'm saying? The more real world examples it can use to feed what it do. It's a robot, nigga. So it's all, you know what I'm saying? Commands, like grab the cup. It's like a whole bunch of commands that just come with grabbing the cup. Lift your arm, pivot your arm, open your hand, extend your hand, close your hand. So the more you get time to do those scenarios, the better it's gonna get. Then it's gonna be like, all one thing. You know what I'm saying? It go from where it's happening, step by step by step by step, to where it's more fluid. The more it does it, the more fluid it get with it. You know what I'm saying? It learns based on scenarios.
Upgrades.
Yeah, it's always upgrades. It's like if they have only one scenario, then they have to do the same shit over and over again. Then they get 2 and it improves. Then they get 3 and it gets, you know what I'm saying? By the time they get a million, a billion, and that million and billion is those slot machine transactions.
What if it get ahead of us? It get ahead of us.
That's the point, nigga.
We gonna actually know what we ready to do before we even do it.
Yeah, that's why I say fuck them robots, because it's like, not fuck them robots, man, fuck them robots. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't allow our children to start honoring that shit. They gotta understand it for what it is. It's a fucking computer, and that's it. Because we're at the point where they amazed by it, the AI and shit. Goddamn projection screens, like, oh my god. Like the Tupac, now they got the AI shit. You could mouth and shit. It's like, oh, it's so fun. But, nigga, is you nuts? You don't see what's going on here? You ain't see the Terminator? That's why I be like, yo, all y'all niggas grew up with me, man. We grew up the same fucking time. If you 40, nigga, you seen the movies just like I seen them, nigga. How can you just be like, what you mean? What's the problem? Fuck you mean, nigga?
For real, I get that shit. Like I said, I'm sitting here thinking about these movies.
Oh man,
movies,
it's just a movie.
Movies, right. Movies is going through my head like fuck.
But you working motherfucking in robotics. You can't work in robotics and still say it's just a movie. Like, no, that can't really happen. What the fuck you mean? And you don't think Elon Musk is? Oh yeah.
That whole Bell palsy shit, man.
Yeah, and we ain't even talk about the shot yet, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
That Bell palsy shit, cause that, like I said, it take me back to the X-Men movie. When motherfucking Magneto got the governor and put him in that damn, whatever that little chamber thing, and that shit was spinning around him like, it was spinning around him and that motherfucker turned into liquid.
I was in Raleigh, man. I was in Raleigh last year.
That's Bell palsy. That motherfucker damn, the side of his mouth start dripping and shit.
Oh, you talking about artificial intelligence? That movie? You talking about?
No, I'm talking about X-Men.
Oh,
This shit nuts. That nigga turned into mush.
yeah, but I was in Raleigh, man, and it was some whatever, and I was talking to, it was like 3 white chicks, like 2 black chicks. Oh, this whatever. I'm just trying to see where the fuck I fit in this whole thing. How'd it go? And And they was like talking about the shot, right? Yeah, I took twice. I took 2. Got the booster. Blah, blah, blah. Like, and it's the white chicks. And the black girls is like chiming in. And I'm just looking at them like, hey, nigga. And they looking at me like, you know, because, you know, they used to expressing like, yeah, I took it, I guess, around their white friends and shit. And here I am, you know, I'm looking at them like, nigga. And I guess the guilt, like, yeah, I know. At the end of the day type shit. You know, like, you, like, girl, what the fuck wrong with you? They could read it. You know what I'm saying? But people really did that shit, nigga.
Yeah.
And I be seeing shit that ain't all that great. You know what I'm saying? About it. I don't know, nigga. Who cares? Fuck you talking about? 5G and shit.
Yeah. You talking about the girls you was talking to?
Yeah, but they really took that shit, nigga. And they for some reason, they was confident in it. What do you blame that on? The fact that they was confident in it. What? Why? Why do you think they was confident in it?
Because it was that's how it was.
Let me see.
That's how it was damn propagated.
That's how it was propagated. Through who? By who?
By the media. That's how they put it out there.
Yeah, but who got responsibility for these people?
Who's got responsibility? They should have
Right.
responsibility for themselves.
How? Well, I'm talking about, you know, 20s, maybe 30s and shit.
That's that scene I was talking about.
What is that?
Are you a God-fearing man? Is it a strange phrase? I've always thought of God as a teacher, as a bringer of light, wisdom, and understanding.
How long is this
You
shit?
see, I think what you really are. Mankind has always feared what it doesn't understand. Well, don't fear God, Senator, and certainly don't fear me.
The senator, not the governor.
Not anymore.
What do you intend to do to me?
Let's just say God works too slowly.
Oh well, actually no. Actually, Magneto got into it, and from his power, it created a wave of something that changed this man. It just created a wave and just
That's it?
they didn't show well there it is right there.
I thought he was melting this shit.
Right, he is, right. Here it is, this is the after. When the motherfucker started damn being able to his face just turned into putty.
Oh, when he smushed through the bars.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was after the fact of what Magneto had done.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that song. What were we talking about?
You was talking about the 5G, you was talking about what you and the girls had been talking about. You were talking about how can you work in robotics and technology but still don't see what's going on because we grew up in the same era with Terminator and all and X-Men seeing this shit like and now you see motherfuckers, I don't know, man, getting Bell palsy and shit. It's But what about the natural things that happen? The natural things that happen, that is this a sped up process of natural occurrences? Like your man was talking about the plasma explosions.
Who said that?
Analog. Old boy Analog from on High Side. He was talking about the plasma the plasma explosions, natural plasma explosions. Is this something sped up that's making it more?
I don't know.
I mean, then you got a lot of times you hear people say you can't worry about shit like that.
Worry about what?
Just live your life.
Worry about what?
What we talking
Plasma
about?
explosions?
That too. And as far as what's going on, as far as 5G and all that stuff, the fact people say you can't worry about that. Live your life.
So it's like,
is that a good way to look at it, or is it? You know what I'm saying? Some people would think it's a good way to look at it, but us, we like, I just can't look at it like that. It's too simple.
if you ask Fred Hampton that, what you think he'd say?
Mm-hmm.
Back in his day.
What you think he'd say?
Oh man,
I can't say. I don't know. I've never really listened to Fred Hampton.
you know who he is though.
I mean, I know who he is. Black Panther.
That ain't no fucking fun. I ask you, nigga.
I've never really listened to him like that.
When he was a Black Panther, nigga, fucking nigga. Oh.
I mean, he would definitely. I feel like he would definitely say to children, we can't let this continue and trickle down to our children. Something had to be done.
Yeah. So why ain't that what niggas are saying instead of what's that thing you just said? People be saying, just live your life. No, nigga, what the fuck that mean?
Live your life and keep on goddamn scrolling, nigga. Shit, look at this fire shit fast as hell, nigga.
It ain't just about that, man. Like, convenience ain't just narrowed down to phones and shit and comfortability and shit. Like,
Shit,
what make a nigga say?
That's a fucking. I don't.
Do you think Fred Hampton was special to say it? Because the whole thing is like, you gotta have people around you who gravitate towards it. And how many people do you have to prove it to before it become a thing? If you are, Fred Hampton was feeding off of other shit, Oakland and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They did their own thing in Chicago. So, somebody started it, but at what point did he decide that I'll be the one who speak? Because they ain't, nominate himself for the speaker, spokesman of the whole thing, but that's how it happened. So, like, what's that whole process? Like, what makes it necessary back then but not necessary now?
To speak on it.
To do what them niggas did. Like, you said niggas say, just live your life. I'm sure some niggas said just live your life back then, but what made it important back then but not important now? Not important like it needed to happen necessarily, but it happened. Them niggas felt like it was important enough for it to happen the way it did. So, like, you know what I'm saying?
I said it again.
Have times changed that much where that kind of shit ain't necessary?
Yeah. When you start killing movements like that, niggas didn't see no need in them even trying to do it.
Is that true? I don't believe that. That don't just happen like that.
So that's my answer. What's your answer?
Oh, that's what we doing.
I mean, I don't know no other answer to give.
What you was practicing, nigga? You was practicing in the mirror and shit?
Nah, man.
That's my
I'm just
goddamn.
saying.
That's what I was.
Nah, I'm just saying. If you kill movements like that repeatedly,
What that create? Killing movements. Niggas just don't come out and say, yeah, it ain't worth it. What happens for a nigga to ultimately say it ain't worth it? Cause it ain't them same niggas that say it ain't worth it.
who?
The niggas that's in the movement that didn't get killed.
No. I know. Okay,
When the leaders get murdered and shit, and the head get chopped off, what do them niggas who still left behind do? To where we know over time, looking back, that the movement died.
Man, that's a good question.
It's not that niggas ain't motivated no more.
I would like to talk to one of them.
Niggas are more lost. Ask Andrew Young, one of them niggas. Who the nigga who always talking about? He got hit over the head and shit. I think he died. In Selma, I got hit in the head in Selma. That nigga. Whatever. Most of them niggas just took their little government jobs and just said, okay, all right, for the most part. The niggas who got killed and the niggas who got put in prison was the movement. The niggas who were left behind were the niggas who, you know, just give me a couple dollars and shit and I'll be cool. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So, what happened to the niggas in prison that make them, like, the movement, how long does it take for a movement to die? Like, Mutulu just got out.
Maybe that's what prison reform is.
There's only so much you could do for prison, man. Look at, man, so many of them niggas, man. And we just forget about them because that's how it's designed. We just, all them niggas, man.
I wish I had an answer for you, man.
And we don't know enough about that history because, of course, same thing. We get the main names, and the other niggas just get lost in history.
Right.
So, who are we going by to say, man, just live your life?
Who are we going by?
Who say that? Who say, man, just live your life? Yeah. I can't imagine myself ever saying that.
Few people. It's a few people. I ain't
detriment.
calling no names, but it's a few people who just say, man, live your life. Especially people who feel like they're in a good position. They feel like they're in a good position. Man, shit, man. Their motivational speech is, hey, you do this, you do that, you'll get what you need. You know, they what they say, as a man think of a man is. Shit like that. They use them motivational speeches. You think this way, you be this way, but is that real? I ain't saying it ain't nothing to it, but you know, like, motherfuckers can be positive as hell and still and still be in the same spot they was in unless they make a move. And
the economy is run by niggas who say, just live your life. We need niggas like that. But some niggas can't just be like that. Some niggas gotta be like, man, fuck this shit. Most of the niggas locked up. And when niggas come home, then it really be like, man, just live your life. I'm just glad to be here.
See, we don't know what them cats went through to damn do what they did.
Who?
Fred Hampton now. We don't know what they really went through to even be able to accomplish the things that they did before he was murdered.
What you mean? Then we don't know what they went through.
We don't know what they went through. We don't know the struggles he went through to do the things that he did.
What that mean? Like we know a little bit.
Let's take the movie Barbershop. Cedric the Entertainer was telling when Cube sold the shop, you know, your daddy built this and blah 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 blah. My daddy was broke and struggled. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he went through to keep that thing, you know what I'm saying, going. The man went through some stuff. Cube said his daddy was still broke and struggled just to keep what he had going. So we don't know what Fred Hampton might have been going through. He might have been daggum. His refrigerator might have been empty, trying to fill somebody else's refrigerator.
What's your point, nigga?
Nothing. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, I'm sure he went through a whole lot, nigga.
So okay. My point is the dudes that like you were saying, the dudes that were in prison and got out.
Big fucking cojones.
Maybe they don't want to go through that. Maybe they seen him like, man, I ain't going through that. You know what I'm saying? Fred did it. You know, that was my nigga, but I ain't trying to go through that, man. Shit.
That's my point. That's why I was like, what do you think
they
the
done
niggas
gave me
was
10
saying?
stacks when I get out this motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. What
Shit,
do you think
I'm
the
just
niggas was saying?
I'm just gonna roll with this. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, but we don't know what Fred. They know what Fred went through. We don't know.
What the fuck do that mean?
So
We
that's
do
what
know.
I'm saying.
This song is documented. What you mean? What you trying to say by saying that? We don't know what they went through. Like,
No, cause you asked me what do I think they would say. I'm saying I don't know what they seen, what Fred went through. That's what I'm saying for myself.
no, what I'm saying is, what would Fred Hampton say if niggas came to him with that just live your life shit?
Pick your balls up, man.
I just don't think that would have been accepted.
Hold your balls, nigga. Damn. Stand up.
Well, you could feel that way. You just can't be a part of this thing we do, I guess. Or even if you feel that way, you can still play a part in this thing. You know, if you're a leader, you probably accepting of it. Like, I understand all that, but help out, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we was talking about
But if you seen where
the
it
whole
leads,
tribe called
then
shit. Well, what lead?
Fred's situation, he got murdered. If you already seen where it leads so many different times, Fred, Martin, Malcolm, you seen where it leads to, then it's like, man, why put? This is just me thinking. I ain't saying that because obviously I'm here. I'm just saying niggas would start thinking like, why put the energy and the time and the effort and my hard work and money into it if it's gonna turn out
anyway.
You're gonna lose anyway. I'm gonna help another nigga get killed? I mean, I don't know, man. I think we kind of got off subject because we was talking about the 5G and the effects of it. But you asked the question.
I mean, I don't know, man.
What's your biggest
I
concern
feel like-
about it?
I feel like, you know, black people black people always want to support niggas who working for the betterment of black people. You know, over time, they gotta trust you. You know what I'm saying? We gotta trust you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, They killed Fred Hampton when he was 21, nigga. Like,
Damn, he was that young. I didn't know.
ran up in his house and he was the target. You know what I'm saying? So, something in their mind was like, yo, we gotta get rid of this nigga now. You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
There's degrees. Who's dangerous and why? Why is he so dangerous at 21? What was he saying and doing that made him dangerous? You know. Why Farrakhan 90 fucking years old? You know what I'm saying? But they had to kill Fred Hampton at 21. You know.
What was he saying?
That nigga is like they had to go up in his house and kill him.
What was he saying? You got something on your bill. What was he saying?
He was doing something that
Still on there. Look at it in the camera.
something to where I don't know if it was ever done before him.
What's that?
Bringing white people into the thing. Not necessarily intentionally, but opening up to them. And them coming to him. You know, I don't know exactly what it was that made him like, yo, we gotta get rid of this nigga now. You know, but charisma and shit, you know, he had it figured out. He knew how to communicate that shit to the people and shit. So
Yeah, I mean that's one thing right there. Being able to communicate it.
but to bring it to the poor people situation. And white people coming too, I don't know, maybe that was it. I don't know. But not necessarily the inclusion itself, but the willingness to include. So
His willingness to include.
the whole movement, like you know, he seemed to be running it, but he had been, you know, he was the one who was running the movement itself. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I guess it takes a certain level of pride, bro.
it's bigger than pride. It's more. He had high self-esteem, high self-image. To be, you know, to be selfless like he was. You know what I'm saying? "21, nigga, wow. Shit's crazy. And they was following him what the fuck he said, and it was hype.
I mean, I guess a lot of his ideals his ideals were probably
Yeah, but he had
fit his ideals fit the mold at that time.
He had the Malcolm X approach. He had the charisma and shit. But when the white girl came to ask Malcolm, it was like, nothing. What can I do to help? Nothing. That might have been a distinction. You know what I'm saying? Even understanding that, you know, what we getting to the point where we trying to understand, from that aspect, if you're willing to push a movement and include even the people that you are, you know, opposed to, without it changing what you are, that is fucking dangerous. Because you get the hearts and minds of those people. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that ain't happened since. That ain't there ain't been a movement where white people were outwardly, well, Obama, but he was a fucking, he wasn't genuine. White people were willing to follow Obama, but he ain't one of us. So, you know what I'm saying? He ain't Fred Hampton. You know what I'm saying? And just so happened they Chicago, but that nigga ain't from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Obama, I mean.
Right.
So he had the Obama appeal with good intentions. If Obama had good intentions, he would have got killed just like Fred Hampton. You know what I'm saying?
You think?
Think what?
You think what you just said? You think he would?
I said it. What? Oh man, he wouldn't have made it over here. They would have killed that nigga in Kenya. But whatever the fuck he got. What we talking about? Oh yeah, like, you go to the grocery store, right? And shit be high as fuck. So what if they had a sale on some, would they even tell us? If they started injecting the vaccine into the meat and shit, like, you niggas who decided not to get the shot, we gonna get your motherfucking ass anyway and start putting it in the food and shit. You think they would tell us? So.
No. Yeah, they had to tell us somehow.
They have to tell us.
They would tell us somehow. I mean, it might not.
Great answer. Somehow they're gonna tell us. Somehow.
Yeah, they gonna portray it somehow. It may not be directly like that. But.
Well, that's damn, I got smokes. That's the thing. Like, somehow they have to tell us, but it ain't gotta necessarily be in a way that they know that we gonna, recognize and acknowledge. Put that shit in the corner somewhere, a little dot, a little symbol. Hey, nigga, I told you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what?
Just thinking, man.
Yeah, so, you get what I'm saying? So, I forgot I had them shits. What we talking about?
The food. How would they tell you?
And the water and shit. They do what the fuck they want, nigga, and just tell me anything. That shit in New York, that big old cloud or whatever the fuck. They don't owe us, they don't, but like you say, somehow they gonna tell you, but it just, they don't play, and that's another thing, fair. They don't play fair, but that's not necessarily true, because they have to tell you. You have to submit to it before they can do it.
There you go. There's your answer.
Just like vampires, right? Can't come in your house unless you let them motherfucker in.
Right.
If you gotta change into your grandma and shit, you know what I'm saying? Hey, honey, let me in. Hey, grandma. Eat your ass and shit. But what we talking about? Yeah, the shot. So they trying to get that shit in you anyway. So, that's the whole thing about, like, the shit I'm saying, or the shit I want to say. Can't really say a whole lot because this shit just sound crazy. But because...
Why not?
Why not what?
Why not just say it?
Like the, man, where the fuck you start? So...
You're talking about trust. So say what you say, man. Take your shades out. Maybe they'll trust you more. Oh no.
What the shit is that?
I'm just saying. Take your shades out. Take your shades out. They might trust you more.
Right? So,
See your eyes, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
so
Hey, how do you feel? That's how you feel.
oh man.
Yeah, you know.
So if the information is just coming out the whole time, but you have to know where to find it. And at the same time, none of the information is coming out mainstream. Over time, just don't know, you know.
You just don't know what.
You know anybody got affected by it?
Or what?
Shut.
That's what I'm talking about. If you're not being affected, then you don't know. I haven't seen any effect in you know what I mean. Any problems with anybody who took it.
I hope there ain't no having no real problems.
Yeah, I hope not. That's why when you sent me that with KJ, I'm like, how's he getting all this information? And I don't see it personally. But he get a lot of motherfucking information. A lot of people talking about it and everything. I mean, but it is a lot of people that's been passed in the past few months, past years or so, you know, of my age and younger. And, you know, it's like, damn, what's happening? I don't know. Because you don't know if they took it or what.
Don't, like, yeah. And people ain't gonna talk about it.
Right, and ain't nobody really saying that. Ain't nobody like, oh, you know, he took the... Nobody saying that like that. They just like, oh, dang, that's sad.
And that's why it's like, you know, that's why it's like that news is so, it's like,
what?
It's at the point where, I don't know, I might just be crazy just beyond, like my crazy transcends just the general crazy of what's going on in the world. I've been crazy even beyond just this part. So people that know me is like, they kind of expect crazy and they don't really pay me no attention. Because it don't make sense. It don't make sense to them to put their time and thought into it. Like, oh, here this nigga go again type shit. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense? So,
seen it all before. How does that make you feel?
so people don't,
Does it make you rethink your stance or go harder?
yeah, that's the fun part, like how you come across, how you do it. But that go into the whole, like, this is what I'm on, so ain't nobody gonna really deter me from it. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with niggas saying I'm crazy and shit. Or, oh, nigga, it ain't that serious. I just feel like, nigga, whatever. Cause I know enough people that get it. You know, you ain't gonna know too many people close in your family and shit who get it. But they still your family, so it's like, whatever. You know, the friends that you can have, at this point, the friends that you can have these conversations with are the ones that It's crazy how that work. The shit I be on, the people that be on what I be on, are the people I talk to most. As opposed to friends and family and shit. You know, they are friends at this point. You know what I'm saying? And everybody in their own life, man. Like, people feel. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. I be on by my goddamn self anyway. Who the fuck am I? Yo, at the same time, the conversations, man, I be seeing niggas having, like, just like, fuck, man. Like, philosophical people, thinking people. Yeah. Then when you, even the philosophical people be on their own shit, so ain't nobody penetrating that thing. So to, you know, find philosophical thinking people who also open-minded is a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying? People apprehensive about who the fuck are you? Like, don't judge me. That's why niggas be in church. Cause it's a whole lot simpler. You do what I do, right? Alright, good. You, we good? Yeah. Alright, good. Ain't no questions. We all go by the same shit, right? Yup. You know, we ain't gotta discuss that at that point. Now it's about talking about money and shit. We do the same thing with the God thing, right? Yup. Well, how we get some money? Alright, let's talk about that. Oh, man. Oof. Was this bad?
It don't matter. It don't mean that people don't see the possibilities, though. They can see the possibilities, but just don't see it actually happening.
Great point. Like, they have to see it. They have to see somebody who willing to talk that shit and walk that shit. Then they be down with it. It's just how it works, man. If you build it, they will come. You gotta take the arrows and shit, punches and bruises and shit. Them motherfuckers, goddamn, like, I've been believing in that shit, but I ain't fucking with you, because you dangerous, nigga. But now that you doing a little something, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you talking that shit, nigga, and I fuck with it, but I can't be, you know, my job be watching. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know, was this a waste, man? Did we talk about anything just now? You wanna talk about city shit?
I mean, what did we talk about?
we all reporting live from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Just in case we didn't mention that part.
Yeah, I'm back in y'all city.
Yeah, so, you know, we ain't really talk about the whole blue light zombie thing. With the Lucifer race and the blowing and shit and the blue lights and the club when you had a white shirt on and shit.
We mentioned it, though.
What don't matter.
The tracking and the whole tracking thing.
Tracking, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, them deads be back there too, man. And it's a big ass fucking owl that be fucking shit up around here, eating everything. Yeah, y'all was going in, nigga.
I wonder how soon it's gonna be before they start putting towers right in your backyard.
Yeah, I be looking for them, man. Where they gonna pop up at? I ain't seen one around here. There's one over here, down that way. Yeah, I be looking for shit like that. Umar, man. Umar said some deep shit. You probably don't fuck with it because he was speaking for women and shit. Speaking on behalf of women. I know you ain't really into all that. You rather just tame down and shit. But man, I fuck with Umar, man. But that nigga always repeating himself. No. All right, I heard the first time. But that nigga be on the Africa shit hard, man. Where that nigga from? He ain't from like Michigan, Detroit, somewhere. Philly, some shit.
I'm not sure.
I think he from Philly.
Yeah. He from Philly. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and I fuck with him, but he always doing the Africa shit. And what the Queen said the other day is real, nigga. Like,
Who's the queen?
You know, Chief.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I be wanting to be safe, man. I don't even feel comfortable. You know, I be worried for other motherfuckers.
You talking about that real, the post you, quote you
yeah, man, about the whole Pan-African shit. Like, I think all of that fucking plays into it, nigga. Why niggas be on that, man, just live your life. Niggas really don't feel like, what the fuck do live your life mean? Enjoy it, right? Get that money and take vacations and get a nice car and shit.
That's part of it.
Be able to go spend some money at a restaurant. Get some fresh kicks and shit.
Yeah.
Get money, nigga, and enjoy your life. Right?
Yeah. Stay out of trouble. Go to work.
Stay out of trouble. Stay out the way.
That's part of it.
What make you think it? What you think make a nigga feel like that?
I thought I explained that.
Like I watch, I be watching like I don't really watch TV like that, but the shows and shit. And you think niggas operate better when they under attack constantly? When you feel like you under attack, you always on the move. You always trying to figure some shit out. When you comfortable and complacent and shit, you just, man, I'm gonna go sit on the porch and shit. I'm gonna go watch about 6 hours of some goddamn basketball and shit.
Yeah, I guess it keep you on your toes when you're under attack.
So, you're more productive though, right? Like, you always in defense and you always having to work towards something.
Yeah.
Life is precious.
Yeah. Depends on the person.
Like you know who your loyalties lie, where your loyalties lie and shit. Like, we under attack, not just me. You know what I'm saying? If they able to disguise it as comfort, and the only issues is really money, like niggas, man, what the fuck this money situation? It's like there's only really one way to approach that situation, nigga. I got to spend more time working to get more money. There's no other. What else is there? I gotta stay on top of this money situation as an individual, not we. So at that point, nigga, I ain't got time for that other shit. Movement, revolution, nigga. Please, got bills.
Yeah. Got people depending on you.
Yeah, and them niggas had people depending on them back then. And that kind of fed into what they felt like they had to do. I would assume for niggas to take up arms, show publicly, like, yo, we ain't playing no fucking games no more. What had to happen for that to create that? Militias and shit back in the day, out of, slavery and shit. Niggas, guns, protection, What drove that? Like, we don't have none of that shit no more. We don't have that mindset no more, but we need to protect our own. You know what I'm saying? Unified front type shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Like tribes and shit, militia. This is our shit. We gotta protect it. So we got guns, yeah. It was a point, there was a reason and purpose. This is what drive our economy, so this is where we, you know, this where the niggas with guns at. We all are fed by this, so we all play our part in this. There's a bigger thing going on, but as far as how we relate to the bigger thing, this is our thing, so we gonna protect it with our life. Once you take ownership away, then it don't even make sense. What are you protecting at that point? Somebody else's property? You know what I'm saying? Well, what is the whole protection thing? What are you protecting at that point? A place where you just happen to be and they can throw your ass out whenever they want?
You would be protecting that if it's got some type of benefit to you, you would protect that.
Benefit, like apartment complex?
Like you said earlier, you want people to be safe. So you choose to not repost that. You want because you want it to be safe. So you're protecting that. Mm-hmm. It's like, say you clean this up, clean your backyard up, and you put a garden out here and you serving this whole community. They gonna be like, man, that's my dude. Yeah. We gotta make sure he good. He right. Doing it. You know what I'm saying?
For the community.
Right.
Why ain't that just the fucking, is it? Is that how people live now? Is that how we live now? Do we all kind of like, oh yeah, the blah 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 lady, yeah, she 3 houses down. Oh yeah, the electrician dude, yeah, he's 6 houses down. Oh yeah, my next door neighbor do such and such, where they all contribute to the neighborhood and feed off each other. Do that happen?
That's a hell of a question, man. I mean,
do you even know your neighbors at this point?
I feel you. I guess that's an individual type thing. Like my dude, he bring me eggs, he bring me deer meat. You know, if he in a jam, I'm like, yo, I need to go see what's up with him. He look out.
Yeah, people like that should be valued.
Yeah.
And they are for the most part. But why is it so few and far between? Like,
but that ain't your shit, man.
What was he talking about?
That ain't your shit though, man. That ain't your shit. What you worrying about that for? You go to Walmart and get that.
Yeah, to Walmart to get too high and shit. That's like,
I'm just.
Oh, we already see that. We got plenty of people buying chickens and shit nowadays.
I'm just making a
raising
point,
chickens
man.
and shit. The market is going to direct all that shit.
Your family's more important than this family. Shit like that. My circle more important than your circle.
I would like to talk to a young person who, what's they idea of what community is.
What's their idea of what community is?
Yeah, are they living in an ecosystem or economy where their neighbors are all close and all like offer each other and benefit from each other and shit? I don't know what happened.
I don't know if that's even a thing anymore. Is that a thing anymore? No. It used to be. That's not a thing anymore.
It used to have to be. Well, I mean, we only know back in, slavery and shit. So, the more I learn about customs prior to, it ain't different. It ain't, overall it ain't that much different than how it's done now. It's just who benefits and who is intended to benefit. Like they look at it like.
But if you build it, they will come.
we gotta build it.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for somebody else to do it. So for their benefit, you could do it yourself. But if somebody else is doing it and this helping to benefit you, then make sure these people is okay. If you don't want to do it yourself,
I think for the most part, niggas look at it. It's just saying. Everybody would like to think that they doing a little something extra for the whole. I'm doing a little something, you know. Even if it's just getting my neighbor newspaper to the door. You know, little acts of kindness and shit for the whole. Like, what we talking about?
I mean, that makes sense.
Come up with dope shit, I guess is the solution. Yo, you come up with some dope shit. Then what? If you're successful, what you do?
You continue to do it.
And move out the hood, man. Go move.
I ain't saying all that. If that's what you want to do.
That nigga, who don't do that?
I didn't say it's not done.
Who don't do that? If say for instance I was to, start making serious money.
The dope boy.
Huh?
The dope boy who making money, he don't move out the hood.
Yeah, he do. He ain't got no fucking crib in the hood. I see nickel and dime and shit. If he can afford it, nigga, he out the hood. Cause he ain't trying to have to sleep around that shit.
Yeah, good point. Good point. I mean, it's a lot of people that probably think they could do this.
Do what?
What we're doing right now. But are you doing it? Is the question.
And whatever their capacity is.
Yeah, and whatever their capacity is, yeah. Because it don't have to be exactly what we do.
Right. Something.
Something.
You doing something to push shit forward.
Right. $124, man.
Do you know people that's doing shit to push shit forward? Name 2 people that you know personally.
Well, when you say push shit forward, like
Whatever capacity.
Yeah, I've been checking out these young boys on
That you
IG.
know personally.
Yeah, I know one of them.
Who?
Well, on IG, his name is Hardy the One. You know, he do music. I be watching them. They be doing their thing. Him and the little crew he get down with. My man, he been doing, and old boy been doing this for a while. 20 Vision. He been doing it for a while. He actually got a couple of he has done good for himself. He's got like a couple of he do beats. He done did some beats for the baby.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's 2 people right there. I mean, both of them in the music thing. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I mean, my man just told me not too long ago, was cutting his hair. He trying to start his little home healthcare thing. Yeah, he pushing forward toward that.
Dope.
Nigga just say he got approved for $300,000. So, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say his name because I don't know if he wanna.
Right.
He might want to kind of keep it on the low until he get it done.
For sure.
But yeah, he just told me that. What, yesterday? When I cut his hair? What's the day? Yeah. Today's Sunday, Friday. When I cut his hair, he was telling me, he's like, man, I just got approved for $300,000 for a house because he gonna do it out of his house.
That's dope.
Yeah. So, Some people doing some things, man. Cause that's inspirational to me.
Yeah.
That he was, you know,
And that's what I be saying it for. Like, shit.
and he put a lot of work in as far as, you know, keeping his credit straight. Cause that shit ain't easy. Keep your credit straight, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That take work. You gotta be on that shit, paying that bills and credit cards and shit. So yeah, he put in some work.
Right. Yeah, I know a few people, man. Like, I'll just be associating with people who trying to do something.
Rico, Suave be pushing. I just talked to Suave earlier.
Yeah, we don't know what niggas be doing for real, for real. Like, what kind of business niggas be getting into. You know. I guess we gonna find out, man, cause that's kind of what this show is about, man. Like, I mean, that's how I see it. Like, we gotta get some spotlights on niggas. Push the same sentiment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do your motherfucking thing.
And I guess that's the thing, though, putting it out and then seeing the results later. Talking about it, putting it out, seeing the results later. On whatever capacity. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like shout outs and shit.
No, I mean that plus the other part.
What?
The whole 5G and all that too. And then see how that play out.
What you mean?
The conversation that we're having about it, how is it going to play out?
Yeah, we really ain't get into it.
Well, here's your chance. What you got? We talked about it as far as, you know, the data mining. We touched a little bit on the tracking of it, the consent agreements.
We did talk about a few things.
Yeah.
Oh,
The blue lights, how they changing the lights. Because I know you had said something about, you know, how they push it is to, you know, you got the soft white lights, then that go out. Oh, we didn't have no more soft white lights, so we got to put this blue light in there. You know, and what's that about? Because I mean, I heard something about the blue lights a long time ago. You know, as far as the phones go, when it comes to them blue lights, that it ain't good for you anyway.
right.
Now, as far as it being in a street light, that part right there, that's what I was interested in. What you had to say about the blue light and the street lights. What's its purpose for changing to that, to the blue lights?
I mean, you know, niggas gotta have theories and shit and hypotheses. You know, there's certain news sources saying, you know, like it's literally like identification. You know, being able to spot who do what and who got what and all this other shit. Who got what in their system type shit. And ultimately, that's what all the shit is. Like, how else do you? Like you got the metals kill niggas. So if you're trying to kill niggas or make them sick, that makes sense. But beyond just killing motherfuckers, what's the intent? Putting shit like that in the people's system. And like they have doctrines and shit for this transhuman shit. You know, like we talked about fucking Venom. You know, in Venom, they kept putting this shit, letting them shit get motherfuckers and like, oh, they just keep dying. And then finally they found this one motherfucker who actually could take it. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, like, this ain't just something that we're saying. This is something that you're getting from research.
Yeah.
So, you know, once again, like, share, follow, because we're not just saying this. He's not just saying this out of the blue. This is being said by other extensive researchers.
Hell yeah. Like, it's so deep, nigga. Like, the gap in between what's allowed to be aired and what's being said is so fucking nuts, nigga. And the longer time goes without people having access to the information, well, not having access, because we all got access. If you ain't doing your own looking into the shit, you gonna get what the fuck they telling you, and the longer it goes with you getting the same old shit happening around you, and you can't really identify it because you're not acclimated to even know how to understand what the fuck is going on. The longer time goes, it's like fucking, like. So where the fuck you even start, nigga? Where you even start? Like. I thought you just got a fucking, 14 Pro, whatever?
What's that?
iPhone?
I don't fuck with iPhones.
They have it to where it's like it don't even make no sense to get the older shit. It's like, damn, she need a new phone. Fuck, alright, let's go to the place. Alright, what you got? Oh, we got, we might as well just get the new one. It's like, how much is la. It's like, yeah, I guess so. It only makes sense to get the new one. So you get the new one. And I don't know what the fuck it got in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's like we think we empowered, but we are powerless, nigga. Like, unless you just say no, fuck that. You ain't carrying that shit around you. It's like, what the fuck do you do? Why I be seeing these women on these fucking, like, showing their ass and shit, and now they showing pussy and shit on the thing, and I'm like, my daughter probably got Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, if I'm seeing it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She do got Instagram. She ain't tell me what her fucking thing is either. I ain't gonna ask her.
I want you to know.
Huh? No, she told me she got Instagram. And she left it at that. I left it at that. Oh, word. But she ain't offered it, you know what I'm saying? I don't take it personal. It's just like, ugh.
Right.
Like, our parents probably saw it like, oh, the world is dangerous, these crazy motherfucking people. Gotta deal with these crazy people. But beyond that, niggas are crazy too. Nigga, you should be out with the niggas. Just do what the fuck you're supposed to do. Blah, blah. Now it's like, ugh. What the fuck do you tell them? How do you prepare them for this shit, nigga? I'm just figuring shit out now, man.
What are you excited about?
About what?
I'm just asking. I'm asking you. That's a question.
Oh, this fight, man, is dope.
The fight is dope. Oh man, that's crazy.
Like it's, I don't know. We talk about certain shit on this thing. I don't know how whatever it is. I know some people fuck with it. It is what it is. But the real world, nigga, like this shit real, nigga. We ain't getting no younger, nigga.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to see a show full of doom and gloom. I mean, it was dope that we got to mention, certain people who doing their thing. That's dope. But I don't want to show a lot of doom and gloom.
Ain't no doom and gloom, nigga.
The 5G thing ain't no, from what is
Damn, I ain't really get into this shit.
looking like, it's not nothing that's
Happy?
right.
Nah, it's awareness, man. Like,
Right. Awareness. Okay. It's a good word.
Like, I don't know, man. It's
Good
like,
word.
how would you feel if
Awareness gives me a uplifted spirit just to be aware.
how would you feel if you came across two of us right up the street having these conversations? What would
That'd
you
be
feel?
dope. I'd be like, what's up? What's up? What we just chop it up. Let's build. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like awareness. Awareness is an uplifting feeling to me, personally.
People who don't care is cool, whatever. But people that do, they need to know that there's other people having these conversations. Like, because it ain't just, like, you know, niggas ain't just having conversations for the hell of it. I feel compelled. Other people feel compelled. People we know that we've spoken to on this thing feel compelled. It ain't just they, you know,
Right.
motherfuckers just want to talk about some shit. It's like, yo, something, we on to something, let's spread the information that we have. Or we looking to do something, let's have a conversation so I can understand. You know, I need people involved in this, so they come on here and like, yo, I like what y'all doing. Y'all need to be helping out with this. You know, it's that kind of shit. Like, you know, women who, you know, think it's dope. Yo, you know, can I just come on your show and, you know, you know what I'm saying? Tell people about what I'm doing, what I got going on. Hell yeah. And that's why I always say, you know, like podcasts ain't a new thing. We late to the whole thing. But there's still people that don't know a whole lot about it. So they hear podcasts, they're like, sure, I'll get on your shit. And I'm like, nah, you might want to check it out first, cause blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? You know, you might have issues with what we talking about. So check it out, bro.
That ain't got nothing to do with their episode, though.
What?
That ain't got nothing to do with their episode. Our latter episodes don't have nothing to do with their episode.
Who episode?
Whatever guests we choose to have on, that doesn't have nothing to do with their episode. Now,
Right.
will we try to connect the dots? You damn right. We go
important
break
that you
that
say
shit
that.
down and connect some dots to what that episode brought.
Yeah, like if you have an issue that you want to talk about, that's what it's about. It
Right.
don't have to necessarily have nothing to do with the other shit.
It don't have nothing to do with the other shit.
But it's important that you check it out so you know kind of where we coming from with it.
Yeah.
Because if you are opposed to what we saying in general, then ain't no point in you coming on this motherfucker.
Yeah, because we're going to break it down. We're going to have a segment to break it down. And probably go live with it. We'll probably break it down on the live. Because I like the way we did that one where we broke that Miss Annie's, yeah, we broke that down. We went live and broke that down. That was dope.
For sure. Yeah, man, that shit fun to me, man. I don't give a fuck how nobody feel. And that go with the art shit too. Like, it's deeper, it's purpose to it, but like, nigga, ain't no going back for me. These little stupid ideas I be having, nigga, I'm gonna keep coming with. Fuck it. I'm learning how to do this shit, how to branch it off onto other shit, and it's my responsibility to have nuts enough to share it with other younger people, other people in general. There ain't nothing to be afraid of, nigga. Follow your shit, even if you have to find time, figure that shit out and pursue that shit, nigga.